Welcome back, guys, to another episode of Mitchell Group Media. Today, we'll be discussing debt and how it can be good. So we know debt is obviously money you owe, right? This can be from borrowing through loans or credit cards or levied through taxes, such as with income and property taxes. The debt itself isn't as concerning as the interest most times associated with the debt repayment. Before we dive in, please like and subscribe, and you can always circle back to this video if you need to. The origins of debt date back over 5,500 years ago. Though many practices and principles are no longer allowed, there is at least one element of debt that holds true and is a cornerstone of modern-day free market capitalism, and that is the element of trust. You see, trust is measured by credit worthiness, which today we put into a number scale called the credit score. Now, historically, creditors used debt as a means of establishing hierarchies. The hierarchies, in turn, would institutionalize inequalities in customs and castes. Today, we refer to this as predatory lending, essentially offering terms that are not fiscally possible over long periods of time. This idea, though very different today, is one way of maintaining the social hierarchy in modern times. However, if used wisely in the form of investing over consuming, your return can be much higher than your repayment terms. This is good debt, and millions of people have used this type of debt to become rich. You see, there are two fundamental types of debt associated with borrowing: secured debt and unsecured debt. Secured debt involves borrowing money based on an asset that serves as collateral for the loan that you can potentially lose if you default. This gives the lender the ability to recoup their investment or even profit further, because this type of debt poses less risk for a lender, and the interest rates are generally lower along with the credit requirements because of this reason. Unsecured debt has no collateral backing it, so it relies solely on the borrower's credit worthiness and trust to repay, such as with credit cards, student loans, and personal loans. Student loans are a bit unique in that the rates are set by the federal government and are usually much lower than other forms of unsecured debt, as a means of subsidizing the investment that with an education you will generate more tax dollars. So does this mean debt can actually be good? Why, yes, it can. So what's good debt exactly? Good debt is borrowed money used to pay for something that accrues value or something that necessitates the ability to increase your net worth or help to generate income or make value. A mortgage, an automobile, even your education can be good debt. So what is bad debt? Bad debt is borrowing money to pay for anything that doesn't hold or accrue value or is used to increase your net worth over time. Credit cards are the number one source of bad debt, and sometimes bad debts are good debts gone wrong. It happens. No investment is without risk, but being comfortable with a certain amount of risk is an essential part of investing and a cornerstone of free market capitalism. And as I've said before, your biggest investment will always be in yourself. You must be willing to do the things that most people won't do to have the things that most people will never have. If you haven't yet purchased a home, be sure and check out my video on how to buy a home and where to start. If you have found any of this helpful or informative in any way, please like, subscribe, and ring the bell so it may help someone else. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.